To make sure we get the most leverage, we need to think about planning. Now, planning doesn't have to be complex, but if in the absence of a plan, what are we planning to do different? What are we planning to stay the same? So the second piece of mastering our methods, if you like, is mastering our planning. Now, we've thought about a point in the future because we've obviously done dreams times goals. So getting clear on our annual goals is really, really important. Let's set those up first. Remember, they should be SMART, so specific and measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So those are our annual goals. The next part is we need to bring this back to a quarterly plan. So really it's about asking the questions, well, what are the goals for the next 90 days which will allow us to achieve some progress towards our 12-month goals? Now, a great first step when we're undertaking a quarterly plan is to sit and actually assess what's gone on in the quarter that's just gone. What are the wins? What are the things you want to do more of, in other words? What are the things that you want to make sure happen in the coming quarter? What are the things that didn't work quite as you wanted it to? Now, there's a process improvement opportunity, because remember, if something isn't working as you want it to, look to the process. Or maybe it's a training opportunity, or maybe both. So by an evaluation rear view mirror of what's gone on in our preceding quarter, we often define quite easily the goals of what needs to happen in the next quarter. Map out those 90-day goals and then create a list of the activities that need to be undertaken to make sure that those goals get achieved. So now we've got some very clear 90-day goals with some very clear activities attached to them. These don't need to be complex. They can be another post-it note exercise, by the way, just one activity per post-it note. Assign those activities to a week, so we're very clear on what we're going to achieve on each week. And then bring those back to a day, daily planning. Essentially, all of these items should be reflected in your default diary, along with the other orange box items that exist. Same for your team. What this then allows us to do is build that wall around that important time to do the important, not urgent stuff in our business. Now, if you think about it, in the absence of this, it makes life quite difficult, because, I've often met people who've put some time aside in their diary to work on their business, but then don't actually do anything with it, and therefore, as a result, get consumed by fighting more fires and going back to the stuff. Why? Because it's not linked to a clear plan. They're not clear enough on what they need to do in that time that they've ring-fenced and set aside. As a result of that, there's normally so much to do that making the decision on the priority and focus is difficult. So they just default back to normal behaviour, which is go and do the more pressing stuff. So really important to get clear on a plan. As I say, it doesn't have to be a complex plan. It can just be some very clear goals with a list of activities. And as long as those map back into your diary, then that's enough clarity. Now, as you start to get more leverage in your business, essentially you can set those 90-day plans up with each functional manager. As long as you've got clear alignment on where the business is going in the next 12 months and 90 days, then they can do their own plan for you. You've then got another level of accountability to hold them accountable to achieving a different state of reality 90 days from now. They should be able to show you those activities and the time allocated in their default diary to do them. So your level of accountability has now gone up. It also makes weekly progress checks much easier. So your job is to go away and define your 1-year goals if you haven't already. Bring them back to 90-day goals. Then do some rear view mirror exercises to find out what went well and what needs to go differently in the next 90 days. Write the list of activities and then assign them to a default diary. The same for your team. That's going to give you lots and lots of leverage over the next 90 days and will lead you towards your goals.